I'm sitting here trying to find the words to describe this pay-per-view. Because on one hand, you had some stuff that was great. A lot of stuff that I felt was surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be. Then you got some stuff that was kind of disappointing, kind of underwhelming, wasn't as good as you wanted it to be. And at the end of the day, you have this weird mixed bag of crud that, quite frankly, epitomizes what WWE is nowadays. Got some good, got some great, maybe even some minor amazingness mixed in there. But then you got the bad, the mediocre, and the forgettable. And once in a while, you might get good shows. Once in a while, you'll get bad shows. But most of the time, you'll just get mediocre, forgettable, it happened shows. TLC was just a tad bit better than the average WWE show you get. Because there were some stuff on this show that was good. But as I'm reading in the live chat, I see some people saying it was an amazing show. It was a great show. It was one of the best shows of the year. And I'm sorry to say, I don't think it was that good. I'll say it was decent. However, I'm not going to go back and rewatch this show. Honestly. I don't see myself turning on TLC 2017 3 months from now. Not even tomorrow. I saw it. I like what I saw. I'm good. I don't need to see it again. Which is what my grades are for. A show like this, something you'll watch, you enjoy what you got, but you wouldn't watch it again. The epitome of a C+. It was a decent show. Now, if you disagree with that, hey, we can have a discussion about it down below in the comments. We can have a discussion in the live chat. Feel free to express yourselves. Feel free to tell me how you felt about the show, and I'll happily interact with you. But this is your boy Alyx Man's broadcast, and you are here to get my thoughts on the show. WWE TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2017. I gotta say, the initial card before the viral infection of meningitis that took out Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas and JoJo and many others that couldn't do the show. The initial card looked like it was gonna hurt. I was very worried about this show when the initial card was made. The changes, I felt, made it better. But I had to sit and wonder if those changes didn't happen, if we didn't have AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, where would this show be? If we didn't have Kurt Angle in the main event, and they did exactly what they did. They did exactly what they did in the main event, just replace Kurt Angle with Roman Reigns. Where would this show be? Would it be a great show? Would it be what people are telling me it is in the live chat? Speaking of live chat, we have a $2 super chat here. That main event was something out of a video game. I agree, Power Spin. I agree, man. Thank you for telling me about the super chat, guys. The main event to me, we'll get to in a second, but it is so out of this world crazy that I don't necessarily know if it's good or bad yet. I think when I talk about it, I'll have a decision. But for right now, let's just talk about this show. Let's just talk about, hold on. We have another, apparently, yes, another super chat here from Elias. And he has said nothing. He's just donating. Thank you. I appreciate that. And no, not Elias Sampson. Although I would walk with this Elias. But okay, let's get right into it, guys. Let's talk about TLC 2017 pre-show with Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. I have zero interest in this match. I didn't really care about it. I did see it. I had nothing else to say about it. It happened. Sasha Banks beat Alicia Fox. When they actually turn Sasha Banks heel, I might start caring about her again. Because as of right now, they don't care about her, and apparently neither do the fans. Sasha is so directionless right now. If she wasn't on the show, nobody would miss her. We need to turn her heel quickly, as soon as possible. Please. Please. Because she needs something. That girl is lost in the wilderness. I can't even describe how lost this woman is. She's just lost. That was the pre-show. We were supposed to get some kind of a PowerPoint presentation with Drew Gulak that I am so happy didn't happen. He was going to talk about how boring the Cruiserweight division was, and it got kicked off the kickoff. Cool with me. I'm happy it didn't happen. It probably would have killed my spirit before the show happened. So let's do this. Let's talk about the debut match of Asuka. We kick off the show with the debut match of Asuka, and she took on Emma. Going into this, I thought to myself, this is going to be a squash match. Asuka is going to go in there and beat Emma in 3 minutes. 5 minutes at most. No, that did not happen. What we got was a 20-minute, what seemed like a 15-minute, 20-minute match. It was a long match. They got time. But it wasn't just a squash match. It was a competitive back-and-forth match between Emma and Asuka, very similar to their match at NXT TakeOver. Which one was it? I forgot. Was it London? I think it was NXT TakeOver London. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too sure. But whatever show Asuka and Emma fought on, it probably was Dallas. It was either London or Dallas. It probably was Dallas. I don't remember. I don't care. Let's move on. No, because Dallas was Asuka versus Bayley. I think it was London. I think I was right the first time. Regardless, they fought before. And that match on NXT was just as competitive. However, was it the right match to have? Because remember, this is Asuka. This is the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow who went 500 days as the NXT Women's Champion and nobody beat her. She had to vacate the championship to move up to the main roster. So you have this monster of a female wrestler coming up. The first thing you think when you see her against Asuka, she's going to eat her alive. But here comes, when Asuka sees Emma, she's going to eat her alive. She's going to eat Emma alive. So when Emma is actually getting offense on Asuka, a lot of offense on Asuka, it was weird. It was kind of unsettling. You're thinking, okay, this is getting a little too competitive for my liking. But then you stop after a while, and then you start to appreciate what you get. You start to appreciate that you're getting a good match. You start to appreciate the talents that are Asuka and Emma. And then you're quickly, well, to some of us who know Emma from NXT, you're reminded, or if you don't know Emma, you all of a sudden notice Emma's freaking good. Emma is awesome inside the ring. This girl can wrestle. She can put on a good match. So why is she being booked like a jobber then? If you're going to have Emma have a competitive match against Asuka, great. Wonderful. Asuka beat her. Asuka looked great. Emma looked great. Here's what's going to bother me about this. Emma, I don't see going on forward to greener pastures. I don't see her having a better future after this. I don't see her beating a Sasha Banks or a Bayley or an Alexa Bliss or Mickie James. I don't see her winning any more matches. I think she's going to go back to being a jobber, which honestly will hurt Asuka. It will hurt Asuka, who's supposed to be this big Empress of Tomorrow, and she had a hard time beating Emma, who is the jobber of the division. So my thing is, if this is what you booked for tonight, do Asuka and Emma the favor and keep them both strong. because it was a really good match. Good match all around. Asuka looked great. And she beat her with the chicken wing lock, the Asuka lock. But come on, man. Emma showed us something. She showed us how good she is. And I would really hate if they just went back to booking her like a jobber. I would hate it. I would hate for them to take what they did here with Emma and just throw it in the trash. I would hate it. So let's see what happens. Asuka, so far so good. Good debut. Let's see where they take her. I'm very worried. Still very worried about what they do with her on the main roster. I don't trust them to use her fairly as time goes by, but I could be wrong. They could be looking to make her champion by Survivor Series, or at least WrestleMania at the latest. But all right, let's move on to the next match here. We got Jack Gallagher and the Brian Kendrick taking on Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann. I'll be real with you. I didn't see most of this match. I had to leave the room to take care of some business, but I did get back to see a little bit of it. I'll say this. Cedric Alexander is way too good for this division. I mean, Neville was too good for this division too, but Cedric is more worthy of that statement. He needs to be going for the U.S. or the Intercontinental or something else than being trapped in this Cruiserweight division, because he is way too good for what he's doing. I don't know what's going on with him right now. Apparently, Jack Gallagher turned heel. When the hell did that happen? Why did it happen? Whatever. I don't know what else to say about the Cruiserweights that everybody else has said. I don't know what else new to bring to the table. The division sucks. It has no life. I don't understand what we're doing with them. Neville, Austin Aries quit because of what's being done with the Cruiserweight division. It's clearly not the best place to be right now. And these guys are trying. All credit to Rich Swann, Cedric Alexander, Brian Kendrick, and Jack Gallagher. They are trying. They are trying to make this work. But the booking is not helping them. I'll do this. You guys decide what grade this gets. I'll let you guys in the live chat tell me if this was a good enough match, because I didn't see it. I didn't see it enough to really give it a fair grade. From what I saw, it looked decent. So that's about a C+. I don't think it's anything I would watch more than once, which would make it a strong C+. I see people giving it a D. I see people giving it C's, B-, C, D. Yeah. And some people are saying they didn't even watch it. I'll be fair and say C+. C+ seems about right. But yeah, Cedric and Rich Swann win that match. And then we get the first of many Elias concerts where he comes out. Who wants to walk with Elias? He starts singing, and then Jason Jordan would interrupt him by throwing vegetables. Yeah, he would throw grocery store produce at him. He would pick vegetables and fruits and just pelt him with it. He did that 3 times. I think it was twice. He did it twice. And then it led to a match later on. That was nothing. And let's talk about that match now, because I don't want to talk about it later. Jason Jordan took on Elias Sampson after a buildup of horrible segments that meant nothing and did nothing. And the match was nothing. It was an okay match that ended in a horrible way. It ended in such a bad way. It was almost insulting. So apparently, Jason Jordan had Elias Sampson in a roll-up, and he had his shoulders pinned to the mat. The referee's counting 1, 2. Clearly, Elias lifts his shoulder up, so that should have been a break. But then he also kicked out. He also released the hold before the referee counted 3. But the referee still counted 3 and then gave the win to Jason Jordan. Commentary was talking about, well, it looked like Elias Sampson did kick out. And I'm just like, for real? Anybody can tell he kicked out. He literally kicked out before 3. So apparently this is going to lead to a feud or a rematch on Raw that nobody cares about. I'm like, like I said, some good stuff. Asuka and Emma, bad stuff. Jordan and Elias. Let's move on. Let's go ahead and go on from that. We had the women's championship match between Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. I gotta say, I enjoyed this match. I know some people are gonna write this match off. Oh, it wasn't much. It was a women's match. No. I'm not doing that. I thought this was a solid match. It was a solid match. I thought Alexa and Mickie went out there and worked a really good wrestling contest. First off, Alexa Bliss, to respond to your promo, yes, you do have a nice butt. I agree with you. I think everybody else agrees with you. Just saying. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with having a biscuit butt. Nothing wrong with biscuit butts, right? Do you like biscuit butts? I like biscuit butts. So let's be cool with it. Anyways, let's talk about the match. I thought Mickie James did awesome in this match. I thought she had some awesome spots. You had Alexa Bliss working on her arm. You had Mickie James doing counters and kip-ups. Really having the best performance she's had since she returned this year. I thought this was, this was her best match. This was her best match since she came back. I really do feel like Mickie James is starting to find her own again. And there was a point in the match where I was actually kind of sad knowing that she wasn't going to win. I knew she wasn't going to win. Alexa is going to keep that championship and probably drop it to Asuka. But to me, I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool if Mickie James won? Because if she won the belt tonight, if she had won the belt tonight, she would have tied Trish Stratus for the most won women's championship reigns. So I do think maybe the right decision would have been to give Mickie the belt. But I do think in the near future, she will eventually win again. She should. She deserves it. She should tie Trish Stratus. Mickie is awesome. If anybody should tie Trish Stratus, why not Mickie James? And this whole storyline with her being old, I will say this. For someone who's old in her 30s, she is damn fine. Mickie James is way too fine for her own good, and y'all know it. And man, now Mickie James has always been fine. Mickie James, she got a body. She got it all. She got some assets. How about that? But the thing about Mickie James is what I appreciate about her. She understands what it takes to produce good wrestling when it comes to inside the ring, when it comes to her character, when it comes to delivering on a promo, everything. And especially after she lost to Alexa Bliss, she cut that emotional, heartfelt promo where she felt like she let the audience down, but she thanks the audience for supporting her, and one day she will be the women's champion. And the crowd respected her. They gave her a standing ovation. She's good. She's good. So I thought this match was solid. I can't take anything away from this match. Alexa Bliss did all right. I'm still very iffy about her inside the ring, but her character is great. My favorite part of the match was when Mickie James slapped Alexa Bliss's biscuit butt. Yes, sir. Moving on. We're moving on to, this match. The Cruiserweight Championship match. Kalisto versus Enzo Amore. This match was boring. This match was rough to sit through. It's bad enough that these guys can't do too much inside the ring when it comes to cruiserweight moves. Kalisto, for example, can do a lot more than what he's done in WWE, but he's handcuffed to only doing certain moves approved by the company, by the backstage executives. And so he can't do what he did in PWG or other luchador wrestling promotions. It's allowed. Knowing that he still has the ability to have a good match, and he didn't. He did not have a good match with Enzo. There's this weird dynamic with Enzo where he's a babyface and a heel at the same time, but he really is a heel. I don't know what they're doing with Enzo. I don't know what they want to do with Enzo. It's weird. And I'm not too sure what they're going for with him. I'm assuming he's a heel. I think that's what they want. So if I feel necessarily that's what they're getting. It's weird. But the match was boring, man. I don't even remember much what happened. It just almost put me to sleep. Enzo finds a way to cheat and get the championship back away from Kalisto, who tried so hard to be the new Cruiserweight champion, although he already had the belt. But maybe he will next time. It was a good fight, kid. It was a good fight. But yeah, Enzo Amore ends up getting back the Cruiserweight championship and becoming the two-time Cruiserweight champion. Who he fights next? Oh, no. Maybe it'll be Cedric Alexander. It should. If you're going to have him in this Cruiserweight division, you better give him something. And apparently we have a $10 super chat. Whoa, $10. From Random Black Gamer, one of my local followers. Check him out. He says, Braun Strowman is returning as Super Shredder, but in all seriousness, pretty decent show considering how last minute the booking was. Be on the lookout for WWE TK Shield Kurt Angle DLC. Yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy. I'll be on the lookout for that. Thank you for the $10 donation, by the way. I think following that we get, so this is the part of the show that I feel like is the part where most people have come to hear my thoughts on. This is the first time we see a match of this caliber. The first confrontation between two leaders, former leaders of the Notorious Club. That's what WWE calls it. I can call it what it is. Two former leaders of the Bullet Club from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We have AJ Styles taking on Demon Finn Balor. I gotta say, man, for a match made at the last second, literally 2 days ago, that had no build, that had no story, that just happened because knowing that AJ Styles had to be flown from overseas to make this match happen, they barely had time to put a match together. Keep that in mind. All these factors that go along with this match. This was not a match that was built and booked months before. It happened 2 days ago because Sister Abigail Bray Wyatt got sick, which honestly, thank God, didn't happen. Imagine if this show actually did Sister Abigail Bray Wyatt versus Demon Finn Balor. Oh, we'd be calling this one of the worst pay-per-views of the year. I guarantee you. But we didn't get that. We were blessed to get what I feel is a great match between AJ Styles and Finn Balor. These two went out there. They had a long match. It was long. It went a while. It naturally progressed from slow chain wrestling to high spots, high impact moves. And it's crazy to me because despite them having a long match, this went about over 20 minutes. I feel like they had a lot more to give. I think about, this is a great comparison. Why not? I think about Kenny Omega versus Okada. I think about their matches, how their matches go a long time. Those matches go at least an hour. Like, one of their matches went to a time limit. They went at least 40 minutes. Wait, it feels like 40 minutes. They went a long time. And I was getting the exact same feeling with AJ Styles and Finn Balor. It felt like a match that was very competitive. They were going back and forth. They were trying to win. And I want to quote William Regal, who tweeted this. I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have time to actually get it off of my phone. But William Regal said something very, very cool. He said the best matches don't need build. The best matches, all they need are two people who are trying to win. All they need are two people who are trying to get the best out of their opponents. All they need are two people who are trying to prove that they are the better man. And AJ Styles and Finn Balor, with no build, with very little time to make this work, AJ Styles jet lagged. They made this feel like it could have been a classic. You know what I'm saying? And as the match was happening, as they're progressing with their moves, and as AJ was hitting the flying forearms, and he hit the calf crusher, and Finn Balor was hitting the coup de grace and stuff, and his Bloody Sunday no, sorry, the 1916, everything. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Just have them go a full hour. Just have them go to a draw. Because I promise you, if WWE called the audible to say, screw it, go the time limit, they probably would have had one of the best matches of the year. But you know what? When I think about that, this was the best decision. Because this match was great. Finn Balor won, as he should, as the Demon. But maybe it wasn't the time and the place to have a classic. Because what this does is set up a future match for them. It does open the possibilities or open the doors for them to come together again and have a rematch. So maybe, just maybe, the match we had tonight was just a precursor of what's to come. If this is the quality of match we get when they have no preparation, they don't have a story to it. Imagine if we do get a story. Imagine once we do get some heat, once we do have sides, once we add some elements to it, like, okay, maybe Finn Balor is the leader of the Bullet Club and AJ Styles feels betrayed or gets betrayed by his fellow brethren, and we have a heel Finn Balor versus a babyface AJ Styles, and that's at WrestleMania. Or not even at WrestleMania, maybe at SummerSlam, maybe sometime in the future. That, my friends, is what we'll get. That is the classic match we'll get. And speaking of classics, we have two more super chats, by the way. Styles and Balor, too sweet. Yeah, man, too sweet. By the way, I'm pretty sure that pissed off the club. I'm pretty sure they're not happy about that. And one more from, by the way, who was the first one by? Tyler Marine. Thank you, Tyler, for that. The next one is by King Fried Melon. He asked, do you think Alexa Bliss's DDT is becoming too protected? No, I don't think Alexa Bliss's DDT is too protected at all. I don't think it's protected. Here's my thing about DDTs. I feel like DDTs have lost meaning, period. I love it when wrestlers beat people with DDTs or brain busters or moves that usually wouldn't get pinfalls. Or it makes it more impressive again when we see people winning with DDTs. But, yeah, that's how I feel about that. But getting back to this, match of the night. Match of the night. AJ Styles and Finn Balor, absolutely. Finn Balor winning, I have no issues with that. It's the Demon. And the only person to beat the Demon is Samoa Joe, who had to fight him 4 or 5 times to actually make that happen. So, let's talk about this main event. Let's see if I can find the best way to describe a match that was let me just start off by saying this. Everything involving Kurt Angle was awesome. Everything Kurt Angle did was awesome. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Even him coming out with the Shield gear. That's right. Kurt Angle came out with the Shield gear alongside Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. That was cool. That was great. And I love that you see Ambrose and Rollins doing their thing, and you see Kurt Angle in the background smiling, cheesy and cartoony, like a big brother. Like that big brother who doesn't have any friends, and so the little brothers have to get him involved to make him feel special. That's what Kurt Angle looked like. And it was great. I loved it. I don't care what anybody says. I loved it. I thought it was great. Him getting in there, having his nostalgia moments with the triple German suplexes. When he can't pull the strap down, so he has to do the whole, yeah! The ankle locks, the counter into the ankle locks. Kurt Angle is the bomb. He can still go. Kurt Angle is still awesome at his age, man. It felt good to see him get in there and wrestle awesome. He looked great. Everything with Kurt Angle was wonderful. Everything not involving Kurt Angle, man. I gotta be real with you. It fell flat real quick when Kurt Angle left. So apparently, in the middle of the match, Sheamus, I think it was Sheamus who power bombs Kurt Angle through a table, or is it Braun Strowman? I think it was Braun Strowman. It was either Sheamus or Braun Strowman. Someone powerbombed Kurt Angle through a table, and then he gets taken out by the referees and officials. And then whatever period of time we had from Kurt Angle being taken out until he came back, that muddle of piss between those periods of time, that was rough to sit through, because all it was them scrambling around doing whatever. It was ridiculous. It was weird. It was slow. It was nothing. And then there was some moment where they brought out a freaking garbage truck. A garbage truck. They brought out a garbage truck. And then I don't know how we got to the garbage truck, but apparently in the middle of the ring, Kane accidentally hits Braun Strowman. He just accidentally hits him. And then Strowman shoves Kane. And they were about to fight. And then Miz and Cesaro and Sheamus stopped them from fighting. And then they start working together again. And then they start beating up Ambrose and Rollins. And then Kane all of a sudden starts attacking Braun Strowman. And then he chokeslams Braun Strowman through the stage. And then you know how the TLC set has chairs hanging, hanging on the sides, right? Where Kane got one of the chair hangers and just pulled it, and chairs just came crashing down on Braun Strowman. And then Braun Strowman, being the monster that he is, stands up from it, and then he starts attacking Kane, Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus. And this is where I go, what the hell is going on? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? And then Braun Strowman gets tossed into the garbage truck, and we don't see him again. And I'm sitting here going, what? My God, what is this crap? Think about this match as if Kurt Angle was not involved. Think about this match if there was no Kurt Angle. If everything was done exactly what it was, how it was, but it was Braun Strowman being powerbombed through a table, and then Braun Strowman coming out to make the save, and then wait, no, not Braun Strowman. Sorry, no. Roman Reigns. I was thinking Roman Reigns. Let me rewind that. Think about it. It was Roman Reigns being powerbombed through a table. Roman Reigns being carried off with EMTs and referees. Roman Reigns coming back to make the save, and then Superman punch caught that fist man, and then Shield powerbomb, and then they win. I'm pretty sure people will be calling this the worst main event in the world, but because it was Kurt Angle and because it's awesome, we're gonna let that slide. And I'll be real with you. I do think Kurt Angle saves this match. I think Kurt Angle made this match a lot more better than it deserves to be, because this was rough to sit through. This was hard to sit through, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. I didn't like the main event for the most part. The only thing that I liked was Kurt Angle. Maybe, just maybe, think about this for a minute. Think about what we got. Imagine that we didn't get AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Imagine we didn't get Kurt Angle returning. And then imagine everything else being the way it was. This pay-per-view would have been bad. This would have not been a good pay-per-view at all. This probably would have been... Yeah, this would have been as bad as Battleground if Kurt Angle and AJ didn't show up. But because they did, they made what could have been a pretty lackluster, underwhelming show decent. Am I going to watch it again? No, I'm not going to watch it again. It's not worth watching more than once. Kurt Angle coming back was great. Love seeing Kurt. I hope to see you at WrestleMania. But for the most part, guys, yeah, the match happened. It was something. Kurt Angle and the Shield win. Woo! Yeah, that's TLC. I think WWE needs to work on cutting down these pay-per-views, because I feel like they're starting to run together. I feel like it's affecting the quality of the shows. The only pay-per-view so far that stood out to me this year. Oh my God. What good shows have we had this year? Has there been a good pay-per-view this year yet? Seriously, I didn't think WrestleMania was great. I thought WrestleMania was decent. I don't remember. Well, okay. Great Balls of Fire. Great Balls of Fire is the only good show we got this year. Chamber. Oh yeah, Chamber. Chamber was good. Chamber was really good. That's right. Yeah. So Chamber. Okay. Yeah. People were saying SummerSlam was good too. SummerSlam had that awesome main event. I have to go back and see. Regardless, the pay-per-views have been running together so much, guys. I don't even think we have. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to really pick out a good show from how many pay-per-views we have. We need to cut back on these shows, man. We gotta cut back on these pay-per-views. It's way too much. It's way too much. But whatever. Decent show. Didn't hate it. Not gonna watch it again. Match of the night goes to AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Now, with that said, thank you for watching. If this is the first time you're watching your boy Alyx, man, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's get to 300 likes, baby. And if you want to help improve the quality of the channel, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. You can donate to my Patreon or my PayPal, whichever one you prefer. Or you can buy your fresh out the box, stop, look, and watch new Alyx Man shirt at Pro Wrestling Tees. But you guys are awesome. I think you guys are great. Thank you for tuning in to me review this show live. I look forward to getting your thoughts about this show in the comments down below. And I guess I'll catch you guys next time right here in your boy Alyx Man's World. I'm out of here. Peace.